The typical American household pays about $1,200 for a washing machine that will only last 5 to 7 years. Amish households, meantime, have cleaner clothes and spend less than $300 on laundry tools that may last decades. And what then is their secret? It's not only about custom, it's about affordable, environmentally friendly living that is shockingly pertinent in the modern world. For years, the Amish have silently perfected the art of laundry. This is a game-changing knowledge that modern businesses would want you to know about. Ever glanced at your electricity statement and wondered, is there another approach? The Amish have certainly worked it out. Let us discuss the hand-powered wringer washer, the actual workhorse in Amish washing. When this machine first arrived in Amish settlements in 1892, it was not only another tool. Regarding cleanliness, it was a revolution. Although modern washing machines have more buttons than a spacecraft and frequently cost more than $1,000 and break down in 5 to 7 years, the wringer washer gets the job done with sheer inventiveness and brute might. Imagine this. The Amish wringer washer silently runs for more than 20 years and only costs around $200 up front, while your neighbour's elegant machine beeps and boops through cycles until gives up after a few years. That would be like paying your washing machine $10 a year. Try looking for that bargain at your neighbourhood appliance store. The simplicity of the wringer her makes it beautiful. Basically, 2 rollers squeeze the water out of your clothing from a large tub with an agitator driven by your hand. Imagine your grandma frugal with every penny from her budget. That is the how these rollers operate. Many households still run the same wringer washers their parents acquired decades ago. And that makes sense. They were meant to last. These days, wringer washers serve purposes beyond only washing. It reminds me of working out as well. You handily turn the agitator after filling the tub with hot water and detergent. This is not your usual throw-in for clothing and press start sort of bargain. Load sizes must be strategically chosen. This really extends the lifetime of your garments. And when you're turning around, you're working your upper body. Yep, who knew washing could be exercise? It's time for the wringer after around 10 minutes, or longer if your garments are quite soiled. Always check your pockets before starting. You might find yourself cleaning buttons or candy wrappers. Speaking of buttons, they are the wringer roller's natural foes. Right now, upkeep is where the wringer washer truly excels. Almost unbreakable, these machines are like the Nokia phones of the laundry industry. While the wringing washers only require occasional oiling and a decent cleaning, modern washers often call for experts to come in and fix them with elegant diagnostics. It's less expensive to get a new computer, no circuit boards to fail, no sensors to fail, and, most definitely, no repairman costing hundreds of dollars simply to state. Unbelievably, clothes cleaned with wringer washers survive 25 to 30% longer than those cleaned in contemporary machines. The reason is, since the procedure is mild, no vigorous spinning or forceful agitation. Though your clothing get washed completely, it more resembles a strong handshake than a wrestling battle. Then there is the James washer, the real Amish laundry hero. Should the wringer her be a dependable old pickup vehicle, the James washer is the dependable horse never let down. It is so quiet that you could conduct a conversation while washing and employs a plunger-like movement. Try doing that with your loud contemporary washer, which sounds as though it's ready for takeoff. Not even considering repair expenses, the James washer is so efficient that it saves households around $400 yearly compared washing electric machines. Those savings really build up quickly, and many Amish households pass their James washers down over the centuries as they are meant to last. Imagine a family treasure, a washing machine. Most likely, this is the only time you will hear a washing machine and heirlooms spoken together. Let us now discuss James's maintenance for his washer. It is even easier than for the wringer washer. Just maintain it clean and sometimes oil the moving components. That is exactly it. Not necessary for sophisticated tools or difficult repairs. According to the Amish, James's final 30-plus year washers remain in good condition with appropriate care. Actually, these computers regularly outlast marriages. Talk about robust. Its longevity is hidden in some ways. It's straightforward. Since its conception, the design has not altered too lot. In a world when everything appears to need an upgrade every other year, a computer that just runs year after year with no maintenance is very refreshingly honest. Here's where it gets even more intriguing, though. These conventional techniques inspire a more conscious attitude to laundry in addition to being reasonably affordable or long-lasting. Participating physically in the process helps you to become more conscious of factors like water use, detergent levels, and garment care. It's like the difference between a real, meaningful discussion and idly surfing your phone. Though one makes you feel more engaged to the process, both get the work done. Regarding connectivity, let's discuss the Amish laundry revolution's next phase, making your own soap. Why stop at only saving money on your washing? Surprisingly simple to create, homemade cleaning products will save you about $300 a year. Forget about those pricey store-bought laundry soaps costing more than supper. Amish households create their own soap, which is quick, cheap, and environmentally friendly. And no, we are not discussing luxury handcrafted soap priced at $12 a bar. Making Amish soap is like having a family recipe handed down through the years refined for excellence. It lasts for months, is straightforward and reasonably priced. The fundamental science of it is that just 3 ingredients, lye, lipids, and patience, make soap. The lye does the heavy job. The fats soften your garments. Making soap is about the process, the customs, and saving money while doing it, not only about receiving clean clothing. Like a good marriage, excellent soap takes time to get perfect, says Sarah, an Amish grandmother who has been making soap for more than 40 years. She giggles as she recalls her first batch, which resembled more scrambled eggs than soap, but even that strange-looking batch cleaned better than store-bought goods. Regarding blunders, Sarah discovered the hard way that always adding lye to water is advised, never the other way around. Should you make a mistake, you will find yourself with a science experiment right out of Ready to Explode. Still, the fundamental recipe is lye, sodium hydroxide, animal fats or vegetable oils, water, and optional scent-enhancing essential oils. This is where it gets interesting. Amish soap actually saves clothing, while store-bought soaps take natural oils from them, hastening their wear-through. The key is the superfatting technique, whereby a tiny bit of fat stays unsapponiated in the soap. This puts a thin, protective coating on your garments, like a soft, loving hug each time you wash them. The advantages for the environment, though? Big. One batch of handcrafted soap substitutes for about 20 disposable detergent bottles. That's like all by yourself protecting a little penguin habitat. Furthermore, everything in Amish soap breaks down organically, hence strange chemicals won't be drifting downstream after your washing day. Fascinatingly, though, soap production can really become a successful side project. Many Amish households transform a home need into a commercial possibility by selling their surplus soap at neighbourhood markets. If you're going to make soap anyhow, you might as well create enough to help pay for tiny Emma's new winter boots, one Amish lady says. But keep yourself from being misled by the commercial aspect. Safety is first. Lye is more than just material. You were sidetracked on social media manufacturing your soap, so you want to avoid ending up in the hospital department. Always use gloves. Have vinegar close to neutralize any spillage, and take great care when measuring. Let's just say that the person who used an aluminum pot instead of stainless steel didn't have great success with it. Measuring actually is rather important, people. Making your own soap is great not only for saving money or being environmentally friendly, but also for understanding precisely what goes into it. Not one secret chemical that sounds like they belong in a spacecraft. Just basic, straightforward elements that have kept clothing new for ages. For soap to cure correctly, producing it now takes 4 to 6 weeks. One Amish grandfather said, "It's like watching paint dry, except at the end, you get something useful. Perfect for anything from delicate infant clothing to heavy work shirts. The soap hardens and is milder over this period. But without utilizing the correct water level, even the greatest soap cannot work as intended." Let us so discuss water conservation, the next phase in the Amish laundry secret. For one load of washing, the typical American household runs around 30 gallons of water. Amish households, usually using less than 12 litres, their clothing comes out exactly as clean. The secret is wise water management that would make a desert cactus envious rather than magic. First, let us address grey water systems. Though it seems elegant, it is really water recycling. Imagine rinsing the second load using water from your first wash, then watering your plants with the rinse water. Like finding 3 uses from one pail of water. Water is like money, one Amish elder notes with a glimmer in his eye. Should you waste it, you will find empty pockets and buckets. And it is the starting point. Many Amish households set their laundry rooms in line with natural water flow. They naturally channel water through the washing process using the elevation differences on their land. And the gathering of rain. A pillar of Amish water saving is this. On a 1,000 square foot roof, 1 inch of rain may provide 600 gallons of water, plenty for 50 loads of washing. From rain buckets to complex collecting systems that would wow a civil engineer, they employ everything. To make laundry water crystal clear garden water, one Amish family even developed a filter system out of sand, charcoal and gravel. Another family designed a seasonal rotation system utilising milder rinse water for fragile lettuce and herbs and heavier soiled water for sturdy plants like tomatoes. Amazingly, Amish families cut their water usage by 60% only with their laundry habits. Enough water is conserved to monthly fill a small swimming pool. And no, their clothing don't suffer for it. In fact, they last longer since they aren't overwashed or over-rinsed. Still, another important consideration is timing. The Amish have perfected time and nature's calendar. They do not merely wash clothing whenever they feel like it. The garden is watered afternoon using morning wash water, gently warmed by the sun. One Amish lady laughs, "We're just too practical to let good water go to waste." The best thing is, though, that this kind of water saving is a communal project. Often coordinated across homes, laundry routines help to maximise water consumption by everyone. It's like a well-planned water ballet. Only, instead of tutus, everyone is wearing aprons and offering water-saving advice. Not overlooked is temperature control as well. Whenever, at all feasible, cold water is utilised. Hot water is saved for planned usage. And their preferred lukewarm water comes from letting water rest in dark-coloured containers under the sun. One Amish senior wonders, why pay to heat water when the sun does it for free? A contemporary family of 4 uses in a week. A typical Amish family of 6 uses around the same amount of water for laundry in a month. Indeed, everyone's clothing is spotless. Once again, proving that occasionally, less truly, is more. What then should be the lesson from this? Amish laundry methods are about living wiser and being more connected to the surroundings, not only about saving money. From water conservation to soap making, they have developed methods shockingly more successful than most of us could have imagined, more efficient and more sustainable. Regarding laundry, Amish households have a secret weapon: time management and collaboration. Their weekly washing schedule begins at sunrise, but don't panic, there is a strategy for this early bird craziness. Starting early helps them to maximise the entire day. Sunlight is free after all, and they dry clothing all day long with it. Every member in Amish homes has a part to perform. It is like a well-oiled machine, except instead of oil, It is traditional family collaboration. This is where it becomes interesting. Amish families have made laundry a social gathering. Amish communities spend that same time to catch up, discuss news, and occasionally even matchmake, while most modern people are browsing their phones waiting for their dryer to finish. One Amish mother laughs. More weddings have begun over the washing tub than at church socials. At least you know they're able to wash their own clothing. These days, the Amish washing schedule is more about working smart than only about starting early. The evening before, everyone understands precisely what they need to do. Clothing are sorted, water is gathered. While older children tackle wringing or hanging clothing, little children may help with something basic like sorting socks. Let's be honest, that's a challenge in every culture. Even the tiniest assistants have tasks. Often their only contribution is light singing to maintain the atmosphere. And get this, an 8-member Amish family can complete their whole weekly laundry in roughly the same time it takes a 4-person contemporary family. For what reason? Not one distraction, not one procrastination, and most definitely not waiting for machines to buzz through cycles. Everything is about everyone contributing to simplify the process. And believe it or not, Amish households find it enjoyable. Working together and imparting to children important lessons in responsibility, collaboration, and the pride that results from a job well done define everything. If you can manage washing day, you can manage everything life presents. One Amish father explains, except perhaps teens, but that is quite another sort of filthy laundry. Their method of doing laundry is so effective, it would make even the finest time managers pleased. One nice trick is the 2-bucket approach. Rinsing comes first, washing comes second from one bucket. Like a well-orchestrated dance, they rotate burdens amongst each other. One load soaks, another is running low, a third load is already on the clothesline drying. It's like having a clean clothing chess game. The most amazing thing is also that the Amish washing schedule creates community, often coordinating laundry days. Neighbouring households share resources and assist one another with more heavy loads. Clothes from several families hanging on the line create a lovely patchwork of hues that might inspire any artist. This is not unusual. One Amish woman laughs, thinking about a community flag exhibit. Except these flags indicate who last week had spaghetti for supper. The task is not done when the day ends. Everything gets ready for the next day, including soap making and tool cleaning. This is about honouring time as a priceless resource, not only about organisation. Time lost is like water spilled, according one Amish elder. It cannot be gathered back up. Unbelievably, Amish households spend about 15% less time doing laundry than their contemporary counterparts, even though they do not use modern equipment. In what sense? Things get done faster and more effectively when you are totally focused on a task free of distractions. No phones, no machines to restart, no laundry left in the dryer. Indeed, the mystery of the lost sock still lingers. However, that is a worldwide issue. Let us now discuss drying methods, as without appropriate drying of your garments, what good is all this hard work? More energy is used in an ordinary electric dryer than in your washing machine, dishwasher, and refrigerator altogether. Amish households, meantime, have perfected the skill of drying clothing with just sun, air, and creative arrangement techniques. Strategic clothing line placement starts everything. Amish households do not just line up and pray for the best. They examine their yard like meteorologists following seasonal trends. The ideal arrangement considers wind direction, solar patterns, and even the kinds of trees around. Unless you're happy with doing laundry twice, you really don't want your clean linens drying on a bird's preferred branch. Most Amish households have several carefully placed clotheslines. While north-south lines profit from the dominant winds, east-west lines enjoy the early and afternoon sun. It's like designing a solar-powered, wind-driven drying system. the best part being running it is free of cost. Fascinatingly, also, garments dried in direct sunshine have a natural cleaning effect. Dust mites and bacteria are killed in part by UV radiation from the sun. Line-dried clothing has that wonderful new scent no dryer sheet can equal, as the fresh air also helps break down organic chemicals that generate smells. One Amish grandfather joked that the fabric softener from nature is free and not packaged in a purple bottle. Another item you will adore is sun-dried clothing, which really lasts longer than machine-dried garments. Studies indicate they can last up to 20% longer. While air drying is considerably milder, forceful tumble and high heat of electric dryers burn down cloth fibres. Consider it like having a massage instead of attending a wrestling bout. One is at leisure, the other, rather, not so much. Amish drying methods are very brilliant, though, in their seasonal adaptability. While delicate goods dry in the softer morning or evening sunshine, they use the strong noon sun in the summer for heavier items like pants and towels. Winter arrives, and they have a prank ready. The sublimation process starts. Frozen clothing turns from ice crystals straight into vapour, shockingly fresh and clean. Seeing frozen pants on their own like tiny blue scarecrows in the yard is really amazing. A big part also is played by wind patterns. Amish households learn to read the wind. That is, know exactly when to hang lighter articles that could fly away and when to hang heavier objects needing more air movement. They have even devised smart techniques like hanging pairs of sheets to form air tunnels, therefore accelerating drying time. One Amish lady chuckles. Sometimes the wind is like a helpful neighbour, sometimes too helpful for undergarments. And then, what about those wet days? No issue at all. Indoor drying methods used by Amish households are effective even in cases of uncooperative weather. They address all of it. Amish households have ingenious ideas to keep clothes drying naturally, even when the weather is not cooperating. Retractable inside clotheslines in well-ventilated spaces abound in many Amish houses. Some have mastered the skill of utilising house heat in winter, arranging drying racks next, but not too close, wood stoves or in sunny windows. It's like building a free clothes dryer run on heat already heating the house. A family of 6 employing traditional Amish drying techniques may save over $600 annually in energy expenses as opposed to an electric dryer. That will cover the cost of new clothing for the entire family. They also receive fresher, cleaner-smelling laundry, while avoiding 2,400 pounds of carbon dioxide emissions yearly. Their most creative drying method is the utilisation of staged drying. Towels and pants, for example, start on the outside lines where they receive more breeze and migrate to more sheltered regions to complete drying. Starting in sheltered regions and working toward windy areas for the last refreshing, delicate objects, follow the reverse procedure. Every item of laundry knows its moves, like in a well-practiced dance. Amish households become inventive to shield clothing from the weather. If rain calls for it, quick-release knots let them to drop whole lines in seconds. To guarantee correct airflow under and around objects, they arrange poles and props deliberately. One family even taught their dog to bark at oncoming rain clouds, though, they acknowledge, this strategy is not perfect. Most amazing is the bit here Amish drying methods have evolved from functional to artistic means of connection with the environment. They comprehend seasonal variations, discern weather patterns, and operate with natural factors rather than against them. Sometimes the old methods are really better, not only more affordable. Stains are difficult even with the greatest drying techniques nevertheless. Grass stains and grape wine spills, that is inevitable. When an Amish grandma encounters a tenacious stain, though, she does not go for a chemically loaded bottle. Rather, she goes to her collection of naturally occurring stain fighters, superior to any brand name cleaner. As one Amish woman notes, nature created the stain and knows how to eliminate it. First, let's start with vinegar. the stain cleaning superhero. From tomato sauce to sweat stains, this modest kitchen basic does everything. The secret is, at a molecular level, its acetic acid attacks stains. Fun fact: usually for laundry, Amish households have at least 5 gallons of vinegar on standby. One Amish man joked, "If vinegar can't fix it, it's not a stain, it's a new design element." Second on schedule is baking soda. On oil and grease stains, it performs almost magical effects. Just sprinkle it on, let it rest while you tell the children not to eat in their nice clothing for the umpteenth time. Then, brush it off before washing. Many Amish households purchase it in 50-pound sacks since it's so efficient. It's like having a powder that converts oil into dust, explains one Amish woman. Lemon juice comes next. Nature's bleach. It makes whites whirl without the strong chemicals. While deodorizing, the citrus acid softly lightens marks. Unbelievably, 1 lemon's citric acid provides the same whitening effect as 1/4 cup of professional bleach, but without running the danger of ruining clothing. Also, if you spill it on your apron, it smells great rather than scorching holes in it. Lastly, borax, the unsung hero of the Amish washing room. This natural mineral addresses protein-based stains, including blood or grass, as well as that enigmatic stuff your child wiped on their shirt. Actually, Amish people call it miracle dust since it works so well. Up to 30 loads of really soiled clothes may be treated with a $5 borax package. The Amish soak and scrub technique patiently mixes these natural stain-fighting superheroes. They begin by determining the kind of stain involved. Treating a grease stain like a fruit stain is like attempting to milk a chicken. It won't work, as any seasoned Amish launderer can tell you. Treat the stain first while it is fresh, if at all feasible. Apply the suitable natural therapy then. Let it settle. This is where endurance counts. They let the treatment set, gently massage it into the cloth, rinse completely, and then wash. One Amish lady said, "Rushing the process is the biggest mistake. A stain that took a second to develop may need an hour to fade. Still, it's faster than shopping for a replacement shirt." Amazingly, Amish stain cleaning techniques have a 95% success rate, whereas commercial stain removers only have 82%. The hidden is, rather than adversaries to be targeted with poisons, they consider stains like puzzles to be solved. Every stain receives unique treatment instead of a general solution. The Amish also consult the sun for difficult stains. Its UV rays naturally cleans and sterilizes, which is ideal for severe stains. As one Amish parent notes, sometimes the finest stain remover is just over our heads. That seems to be true of most things in life. What happens, therefore, when these tried and true techniques struggle with seasonal variations? Though summer brightness is fantastic, what about winter freezes or spring rain? Let's explore how the Amish modify their methods to operate with, or sometimes against, Mother Nature's moods. Amish households almost mark laundry day in summer. Better than any store-bought solution, the strong sunshine functions as a natural bleaching agent for clothing. Studies reveal that up to 20% more efficiently than chlorine bleach, 4 hours of direct sunshine may brighten whites. Summer is when your whites grow whiter, your brights get brighter, and, well, your children get dirtier too. For drying, the sweet spot falls between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. during the greatest UV ray period. But be careful. Colourful clothing fades more quickly than a teen's inclination in completing chores. It shouldn't be in the sunshine too long. Amish households have evolved into an amazing sixth sense for oncoming rain. One Amish parent said, "You have about 20 minutes to grab the laundry when the leaves show their underside." Some households have become experts in the art of the emergency laundry rescue, turning it into a kind of group activity. Natural fabrics like cotton and linen flourish in the summer. They dry fast and come out softer. Synthetics like polyester, however, demand particular care. Treat polyester like a precious flower, counsels one Amish mother. Too much sun will cause it to resemble grandma's apple doll in wrinkling. Though it sounds complex, humidity control is really mostly about time and positioning. While deliberate positioning in windy areas helps to avoid that terrible muggy scent, early morning washing enable items dry when humidity levels drop. Amish families use innovative trick: hanging sheets as wind barriers to create microclimates for speedier drying of other clothing. Combining all these methods makes it very evident that Amish Washing Day celebrates community, ingenuity, and environmentally friendly living, rather than simply a task. Although laundry may seem difficult when winter arrives, Amish households have converted it into an artistic medium. Indoor drying becomes especially important, and many households have created sophisticated pulley systems close to their heating sources. Fascinatingly, clothes drying indoors in winter assist to humidify the air, therefore making heated areas more pleasant. Regarding multitasking, talk about it. Then there is the freeze-drying phenomena, maybe the most fascinating laundry secret of winter. Something wonderful occurs when clothing freezes solid on the line. Yes, people really hang washing outside in winter. Dirt grains are broken down in part by the ice crystals. The garments thaw and they are quite clean. One Amish father laughs. Nothing compares to the view of frozen trousers by themselves in the yard. It like having an ice sculpture family. And then snow? Though it seems like an old wives' story, snow is a naturally occurring whitener with real scientific basis. Traces of hydrogen peroxide, produced when sunlight strikes frozen water molecules, abound in fresh snow. A few hours of laying whites on new snow can naturally brighten them. One Amish group swears it works better than any professional whitener and names it snow bleaching. Because of the dry air, winter also presents the static electricity difficulty. The Amish fix? Always have a spray bottle of water close by. Run a moistened hand over clothing before bringing them inside. Like little lightning bolts in your washing, static electricity, joked one Amish mother. You get your kids following their clothing instead of thunder. Amish dwellings become deliberate laundry facilities in winter. They design temperature-regulated drying zones in which many sections have various uses. Heavy objects are ideal for warm areas close to stoves. For sensitive materials, cooler regions are best. For anything else, medium warmth zones apply. It's like having a three-dimensional, non-electric drying apparatus. Amish laundry techniques are so successful, not just because of their seasonal approaches, but also because they may be year-round adapted. Every month has different chances and difficulties, they now know. While fall presents the difficulties of falling leaves and early frosts, spring might entail handling mud and rain. Actually, depending on seasonal variations, Amish families usually modify their washing calendar 8 to 12 times a year. This meticulous approach produces clothing that lasts 40% longer than those washed with contemporary techniques. According to one Amish elder, clean clothing never go out of style even though the weather could change. Some clothing, including work clothes, fragile goods, and handcrafted quilts, call for extra care even with perfect time and technique. Keeping everything from delicate materials to heavy-duty work clothing in great condition without contemporary washing techniques presents a difficulty for Amish households. The secret is expert methods handed down through the years, catered to particular kinds of clothing. When it comes to work attire, Amish families repair stains with natural ways nearly scientific in their accuracy, from barn dust to garden dirt. One way is to create a paste from vinegar and cornmeal to better remove oil-based stains than any commercial treatment. Farm oil is stubborn, says an Amish parent, but so are we. Work clothing soak for 24 hours in a borax washing soda and natural soap mixture for heavy soiling. Compared to just 78% with conventional pre-treatment treatments, this approach eliminates 95% of difficult stains. One Amish grandma reveals the secret. the goal is to forget about it exactly one day, not shorter nor longer. Another carefully watched Amish pre-treatment recipe asks for natural substances including rainwater, natural soap shavings, a little of borax, vinegar, and what one Amish lady describes as job's patience. Work garments handled with these techniques survive 40% longer than those washed with contemporary detergs. One Amish mother says we cannot afford to buy new garments every season. However, with good care, we do not need to. For emergency stains, those heart-stopping events when something spills just before a major event, the Amish have created quick-fix remedies that would make any professional cleaner happy. One well-known technique for removing grass stains is rubbing new grass around, fighting nature with another, as they say. Often the best answer is right underfoot. When it comes to delicate materials, the method entirely changes. For mild washing, Amish households utilize rainwater, softer than well water, and specially manufactured soaps. Temperature management becomes vital. One Amish lady notes that she can more precisely identify water temperature by touch than by any thermometer. Amish families utilize natural fabric softeners derived from herbs and vinegar for fabric softening to keep delicate objects feeling fresh, free from any strong chemical residues. Popular combinations include for purified water, apple cider vinegar, dried lavender, a trace of rosemary. Made with love and attention, it's like nature's own fabric softener. In Amish homes, the upkeep of handcrafted quilts almost follows a routine. These priceless items demand particular care as they often feature hundreds of hours of effort and thousands of microscopic threads. The washing procedure changes with the seasons and follows a rigid routine. While winter calls for cautious indoor cleaning to avoid fabric stress, summer lets you gently wash outside in filtered sunshine. Temperature factors for various materials compete with meteorologists' focus on weather patterns. Each of cotton, wool, and synthetic mixtures calls for distinct treatment. Every cloth has individuality, as one Amish quilter says. Cotton is kind and forgiving, much as a puppy. Wool is like a cat. It doesn't enjoy shocks and requires soft persuading. Also quite important is appropriate storage between washes. Often wrapped in unbleached muslin with dried herbs, clean bedding, and delicate objects help to preserve freshness. Certain families keep unique cedar chests specifically for their best pieces. A well-stored quilt is like a well-kept secret. It grows better with time, as one Amish grandma notes. Who would have guessed that washing could impart such learning? From basic, natural, stain-fighting substances to a $200 wringer washer can outlive contemporary machines. The Amish manner of doing laundry exposes something more than just getting clothing clean. These techniques let us realize that the best answers are not located in flashy packaging or costly appliances. This sounds a lot like what environmentalists are pushing for today: natural cleaning products, water conservation, zero power consumption, and garments that last longer. One Amish woman summed it up wonderfully. Clean clothing are like a decent existence. Beauty does not depend on complexity to be found. They only require care, attention, and some sunshine. And truly, is it not what everyone searches for? Ultimately, the Amish method of washing shows that clean clothing may be obtained without expensive detergs or sophisticated equipment. Natural cleaning chemicals, energy-efficient drying techniques, and seasonal plans help them not only save money but also lessen their environmental effect. Their practical technique guarantees longer lifetime of clothing, therefore reducing waste and the demand for replacements. The Amish approach shows how easily sustainability, efficiency, and simplicity can coexist to provide a timeless answer for contemporary problems. Should you be motivated to apply these techniques and lower your own laundry expenses, kindly like and subscribe to our channel for further insightful advice. Let's welcome a more environmentally friendly, intelligent way of life shared here.